over and assesses the incident. They're going to try and establish contact with that driver, find out if there are any injuries to be dealt with. As you can see, they also provide the first line of firefighting if necessary. Immediately we are getting an ambulance on the scene. Now the rescue unit is coming up. The officer in charge will liaise with the marshals and survey the scene. We're looking for hazards, particularly with rally vehicles. It's not just petrol, some use exotic fuels, and obviously these sort of things can be very, very dangerous. Okay, now the vehicle has to be stabilised. Before the crew can work on the vehicle, they need to make sure there's no further risk to the casualty, and to make sure that the crew themselves are not at risk. So is the person breathing? Are they conscious? Now they're going to start spreading out their gear. If you've got a calmer casualty, it makes it easier for you as well. We need a calm casualty in a very enclosed space like this. So the rescue guys have now got to get some wedges in place. And they're going to make sure this car is not actually going to go anywhere. Now once they know it won't roll, it means the medics can actually attend the casualty properly, get inside the vehicle or halfway inside the vehicle if they actually need to, rather than reaching through parts of the windscreen, etc. As you can see, any of you using cling film in your kitchen will get a rough idea of what's happening. It's going to be stuck nicely together for when it comes out. And this is a big, brutal piece of equipment because you need speed, you need to cover as much area as you can very, very quickly, and you need to do it as efficiently as possible. Now, as you can imagine, all the clothes that you're wearing to keep you safe from fire are keeping you very hot as well. So it's very uncomfortable doing a rescue like this, not just for the person inside, but also for the people rescuing. So power tool going in, separating, opening that boot there. We're going to pull that apart, away it goes. Notice, had the glass gone, it's going to be stuck to all the sticky plastics, so that's not going to be a problem. You don't want things swinging back on you, any gas lines, gas struts, everything is going to come off where necessary. You need as much access to that car as humanly possible. And it takes some big, powerful tools and some skilled manpower, and that is going to come off fairly quickly. Now, as you'll appreciate with rally cars, there's a lot of caging inside as well, because they are designed to take an awful lot of punishment in the event of a roll. And this car we're using today is obviously devoid of a lot of the steel work that would normally go in one. And as you can see, power tool to cut the gas struts. We don't want those hanging on. Get rid of that rear hatch. Glass, as you can see, is safe. And you'll also notice they've set out their tarpaulin over there. They know where everything is. The last thing you need to do is take stuff off and just leave it behind you where you're going to trip over it, or it's going to cause a problem to someone else. So, safely out of the way, you pick an area that you're going to use, and you dump all the bits and pieces there. You leave a big, clear working area around the vehicle. Just bear in mind, we've got a medic in there now. We don't know how much other kit we're going to need. Ambulance service might need to bring stretchers, oxygen, any sort of stuff around there. So we need as much area free as possible. And as you can appreciate, it's just getting hotter and hotter in there by the minute. Now, who are these guys, you may imagine? Like a lot of people in British motorsport, most of them are volunteers. But they are also experts. And they're very highly qualified experts, and they do it in their own time. They're equipped to a national standard, set down by the governing body for motorsport. And motorsport is a huge business in this country. along with the classic car industry. And it means, in order to retain our position as a world leader in that, we must make sure the standards we set are A, very, very high, and B, adhered to by everyone involved. The vehicles they use are dual purpose. They're equipped both as an ambulance and a rescue unit. And this you will see with a lot of the emergency services these days. They tend to overlap a little bit with each other. They will learn each other's skills. If you ever come across the tube rescue people, they are the guys who are going to get you out of a tube stuck in the tunnel near Oxford Circus if a bomb goes off. Those guys are equipped to first aid to almost paramedic standard. They're trained by fire and rescue to get into the tube. So it's that kind of cross-training that these people have as well. They can do rescue, but they also train in first aid. Okay, so a little bit about these crews while they're cutting away. They are, as I said, all volunteers. Come along and talk to them and decide whether you might like to join them. They don't get paid for attending any event. Each event organiser will make a donation towards the team's expenses. Obviously they're not getting paid for today because we're all doing it for the same reason. And that allows them to put the money towards the upkeep of their kit and their vehicle. The vehicle you see they're using today costs £34,000, and that does not include all the cost of the kit inside. Casualty is now protected with a layer of plastic because obviously we don't quite know what's going to break when that comes off. They've cut through the windscreen, as you can see, so there's obviously some glass around, and they've got to take that whole roof. Okay, he's talking to the medic now, making sure he knows they're going to go for this. And all together in a nicely coordinated way, the roof is opening and away from the casualty. Okay, you won't have seen that, but right at the bottom there's a whole lot of glass that just splatters away as the final bit of the roof comes down. And of course, if the casualty and the medic weren't protected, they could have got hit by them. So you have to think ahead, you prepare your casualty and your medic for the actions you are taking in order to get them out. So we've got the roof away from any danger. It's propped up, as you can see, so it actually allows us a slipway now to put the stretcher in. The one thing a lot of people in motorsport in this country are exceptionally grateful for is the professionalism of the teams that look after you when it all goes horribly wrong. We never take them for granted. Every marshal you see as you drive around, if you could, you give a thumbs up, a wink or a wave, just to say thank you. They are there in all sorts of weathers, all sorts of times of the day, and without them, no motorsport or activity would occur in this country. They are a fabulous group of people. Okay, we've now got the casualty halfway out of the vehicle, and as you can see, these things are slidable. So hopefully we're going to get them onto that. And of course we have our dual-purpose rescue unit. It is equipped as an ambulance as well as a rescue. So we've got a very injured and very hot person. He's now extricated from the vehicle, on the stretcher. Obviously we've got to make safe now. But it's still got a lot of work to do. The other thing you'll notice with all of the kit is very clearly labelled. Whilst you know what you're picking up, the secondary thing is always to be able to see it as clear as day. So you know whatever it is you're looking at is in fact what you think it is. No one wants to spend minutes figuring out where do we put the cervical collars, that sort of thing. So, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the people who will rescue you when your rally car goes over. Give them a big hand, please. Come and take a bow, guys. I think you've done very well. And I think the young lady who was a casualty must be the warmest person here today after being in there for some time. Okay, thank you guys. Give them a big hand.